There's bad dates and then there's disaster dates. When did you go on a date that was just a straight up disaster? It wasn't bad, it wasn't negative, it didn't guarantee a second one. I mean, maybe it was all those things, but it was disastrous. It was that level. You ever have a disaster date, Damie K?
I've told this story before. I went on a date with someone who they kept driving past the house. I could see them. And I'm like, why is he not stopping? And he ended up just like kind of idling, and I had to jump in the car because his brakes weren't working. And so then I'm super nervous about this. You don't have working brakes and I'm in your vehicle. Of course, we're going to hit a red light. So that's what happened. He had to pull up over the curb on like the sidewalk to stop next to this business. It was terrifying. So then we get off the curb. We keep going. We get to the restaurant. I told him, I said, I can't get back into that car. Like, so we still ate dinner. And then we had to have a mutual friend pick us up.
You know, I love it for a lot of reasons, but my favorite thing is like you were interested enough in this person.
I wasn't. I was trying to be nice. What was I supposed to do?
You still jumped into the car, and that's way to go, Amy K.
What was I supposed to do?
Come back when you're actually able to stop. Bye.
No, it was terrible.
We could take a taxi.
We should have done anything.
I'm guessing this predates Uber.
Yes, it was a bad idea. I should not have gotten that car.
It was a disaster date. It was really that bad. 237. It's call, text, the Playhouse. You ever have one of these disaster dates?
I got T-boned by another car.
So on this date, you're like with her, and then there's a car accident?
Yeah, a big one.
Some real bonding time lying on the side of the road waiting for the 5-0. Yeah. Hey, at least you didn't get T-boned by a car that didn't have brakes that Amy was in. So that's, at least, we don't need worlds colliding here in these stories.
Someone said he invited me over to cook dinner, which I thought was so cute. Nope, he's making spaghetti, and he didn't use like sauce from a jar. He just opened a can of tomato soup, dumped it over the noodles. I politely ate it because I didn't want to seem rude. And then he told me how he's been watching social media for months and he knows how to cook. He literally just put tomato soup over noodles.
Disaster date. It wasn't just bad, it was disastrous. What happened, though? 237.
Someone said he forgot my name 3 times. The first time he called me Ashley, I corrected him. Then he called me Amanda. I laughed it off. I figured he was just nervous. And then he ended up running into someone he knew, and he introduced me to Sarah. Neither of those are my name. I ended up just leaving, and this one might take the win. Someone said my dad's disaster date involved a cop. We were driving around after dinner. He gets pulled over. The officer asked for his license, registration, everything, and then asked him to step out of the car. Turns out his license was suspended, and there were multiple warrants for him.
Oh, no.
They said definitely didn't get a second date.
No, probably not, right?
Was he arrested?
I would hope so.
I think so.
Disaster date.
I just got stood up and they never showed up.
Now, did you ever try to get closure there, reach out and see what was going on, or did you not bother?
No, I just was like, oh, the heck with it then, her loss. I never bothered to find out. It didn't really matter to me.
You know, anytime we hear from somebody that's like, yeah, you know, I had these plans with somebody and they just disappeared off the face of the earth, the plans never happened, I always can't help but wonder, like, are these people okay?
Yeah, what happened to them?
Like, can you imagine if you were, like, mad and you're just, like, so furious with somebody, you saw them, like, on the news and, like, missing person, like, oh, my God.
I was supposed to go on a date with them.
Like, are you supposed to call and be like, you know what, I actually had plans with this person, but now you're suspect.
No, do not get yourself involved.
Uh-huh. Disaster date, 237. It's call, text, hi.
Well, I thought I was going out to lunch with this guy I had met the week before, and when I showed up, he brought a friend, and he was really just selling me insurance.
Wait, you thought this was a date and he just wanted to give you a sales pitch?
Yeah.
Someone said he took me to meet his friends instead of taking me on an actual date. I thought we were just going to go to the bar for a drink, maybe meet his friends. We walk in there. There was about 15 of his friends there. He basically disappears into the crowd while I sat with people I never met. And his friend said, so you're the girl he's talking about? I said, I guess.
Yeah, I'm not so sure now.
Someone else said, my worst date is when she brought her ex up about 20 times. We went to dinner and every story somehow turned into my ex used to. Like, he used to like the restaurant. He used to hate this food. He took her to Vegas. He had a boat. At the end, I said, I honestly felt like I got to know your ex better than you. And that was my sign to just leave.
Disaster date. It was not just bad. It was just, there's no other way to put it. It was a disaster.
Well, it was a disaster because I took him to a wedding, which was at a hotel, and he ended up meeting someone that he went to high school with, and that woman's boyfriend, halfway through the night, came up to me because he couldn't find his girlfriend, and it turns out that my date and this girl were off in one of the hotel rooms.
No.
Yeah. I mean, and the thing is, we kind of just went as friends, but, I mean, I liked him, and, and then he ended up, once he finished hanging out with that girl, he ended up coming back down and got extremely wasted, took off his shirt on the dance floor and was whipping it around.
And this is at somebody's wedding?
I know, and my parents were at the wedding. It was horrible.
It sounds real classy.
Someone said mine was bad because I realized about 20 minutes in, she definitely lied about basically everything on her dating profile. Her pictures were clearly old. She said she liked hiking. When I asked about it, she said, I just put that on the profile. And I thought she was 28, found out she was 34. I didn't care that she was 34, but it was just all the lies. I ended up finishing my drink and called it a night. And someone else said, I went to pick her up and she had her kid with her. And I said, I didn't realize your daughter was going to be coming. And she said, yes, sorry, my sitter canceled. Hope it's fine. We did end up going to Applebee's with her 6-year-old daughter.
Woohoo! I mean, you know what? If it went well, it would go well. But I can see that's a lot real quick.
I think if that does happen, like there has to be a text message. Like,
warn a
hey,
person.
My sitter canceled. Is it okay if they come along with? Or do you want to reschedule? Anything.
Instead of what we were originally planning, do you want to go to Thunder Road?
Yeah, that way you can kind of be prepared for it.
You got yourself a disaster date?
I got blacked out drunk and passed down face first into a steering wheel.
Like driving?
No, parking lot.
So where's the date in this scenario?
I didn't find out for a couple months. She wouldn't get back to me because apparently I just ditched her, walked out of the bar, and passed out my steering wheel.
It sounds like you were the disaster here. Like, let's be honest, you were the problem. Obviously so.
This reminds me, I just had a flashback.
Uh-huh.
When I was in high school, I had just moved. So I'm in a whole new town. I ended up going on a date with someone, and he told me how he was diabetic, and sometimes he passes out. We're driving on this country road.
Oh, God, no.
It's so
And you
dark.
didn't offer to drive this person, huh?
I didn't have my license then.
No,
I didn't get my
sure,
license till I was 18. So it's not like he was saying like I'm going to pass out. He it had been woven into the conversation that he was diabetic. All of a sudden, he goes face first into the steering wheel, and the horn is blaring. And I'm like, oh my gosh, what am I supposed to do? He gets up, he just starts laughing, and he said, I'm joking.
Oh, my God. Can you imagine?
No, it was like 2 seconds, but it scared me. I was like,
No!
what am I supposed to do? Yeah. I don't know how to drive.
That's actually really hilarious.
No,
Dangerous.
now looking back at it, yeah, it's like kind of funny. Also, yeah, dangerous. I mean, we were out in the middle of nowhere, but he just like did it for 2 seconds, and I was like, "What's going on?"
Just so you know, I sometimes follow.
Yeah.
What's your dating disaster date?
Oh my gosh, I can't even make this up. So I got picked up by this guy, and he took me out to dinner, and he ordered. We had to share an entree. I didn't even get my own entree. And then afterwards, he took me to a strip club. I ran off into the bathroom, texting all my friends, saying, somebody has to come pick me up. It was awful.
I guess if he's going to get abandoned somewhere.
Well, I'm sure he's still out there single.
Out there single with some single bills. $1 bills.